Alright, welcome back to part 2 of Dungeon Bounty Run Through. Of course, this is a fantastic game where if you weren't tracking around in the first episode, you definitely want to go back and check that out to see how it's played. But where we left off, I do believe that we were deep into some caverns, and I was just about to kick some butt. Also at the end of the video, if you want to go there now, just go for it. We're going to be going through how to adapt the solo mode into a versus scenario or a co-op scenario, perfect for those Zoom, Google Meet thingies, online video conferencing apps that you've all been using and learning to love. At the bottom below, there is a link to the actual download for the manual for Dungeon Bounty. Without further ado, let's watch me get destroyed. I mean, kick some butt. Or do I? What will happen? I don't know. Who knows? Will he die? Will he survive? Will my mic be able to pick up these whispers? We'll find out. Alright, let's go for the spell. 2 enemies. Things are heating up. So we know that the heart means that if I allow it to damage my strength, it's going to do double damage. Now the queen is going to weaken my spells. She's going to cut those in half. So level 1, Jack is worth 5, plus the 2, that means that's 7. I'm already at 14 with my 7s, plus the 5 is 19. Well, I'm going to handle him quite easily. Level up. Well, the queen is at 10 in the first round, plus the 3 over here is 13, and again, I'm going to handle her quite easily. Alright, level up. Alright, let's see what's next. Alright, King of Clubs. So now that club comes into play. That's going to be difficult because it's going to weaken my main weapons. And I do have a lot of my strength in my weapons. The King has a health of 15 in the first round. Plus the 4 that I've killed, that's 19. 19 to kill. 14 and 19 here. That's cut in half. That means it's an 8. I need to hit 19. Well, I could use my ace, my 2, and my 8. Alright, I think I want to hang on to my ace in case we have a really tough round and I need to toss some of those enemies to the back of the deck, to the back of the dungeon. So I'm actually going to waste a 6 and hopefully I don't regret that. So 8 and 6 is 14 plus the 8 from my weapons and we are laughing. Well, we might not be. Alright, level up to level 10. And loot. This time I get to replace my 5. So long, farewell. Do. We got lots of diamonds, we got a little bit of spells. Let's get those gems. Oh, good timing. Alright. Glad I took those gems. Alright, let's see what we have here. Well, first off, I should loot that 6. I have a strength of 10, so I've got some great options here. Do I want to upgrade that 8? I could do a cursed 8. Can we do any volatile weapons? Do I see a 7 in here? No 7 for volatile weapons. There is a volatile 6. That feels like backtracking. 18 to spend. Wish that 7 of spades was there. Definitely want to take the curse. I'm going to hate myself when I'm editing this for taking so long. Okay, I take it back. I see 2 9s. This 9 of clubs and that 9 of diamonds. These 2 are going to be an amazing enchanted weapon to go next to my enchanted 7s. That is definitely the play here. So that is 18. I have 18 to spend. And this 8 of clubs will go into the discard pile. It served me well, but now I have an 18 there. I am very satisfied with that. I've got a Gretzky right here. Yay, sports. Ready to take on this dungeon. Ever seen a hockey fight? Gretzky didn't fight. I upgrade my weapons, and this is what I get. An enemy that reduces my weapons by half. Well, it's a good thing it's a good weapon. Alright, the 9s together and the 7s together are 32. That divided by 2 is going to be 16. So I got 16 attack right here. That queen is base health 10, plus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So base health 15. So she is dead. All right, I'm pretty proud of myself for getting to max strength before level 2. All right, and let's loot. Looty McLooterson. Let's take that 8. And a jack and a jack. Ooh. All right, tricky. So the jack of diamonds is going to get that bonus because I'm carrying 1 gem in my satchel. Satchel. A good Canadian drawl. The jack of spades is going to weaken my spells. Even though we've got 2 jacks that popped into this cavern, we know that in the first level they're not too strong. So let's just do the math just to double check. Base of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I'm already at 14 with my 7s. No chance, buddy. All right, and likewise, no chance. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. You know, I don't think I've taken any damage yet. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. I got 18 sitting right here. Thank you, Gretzky. What do we got here? We've got a 10 of clubs. It's tempting to actually replace my 7 with that 10 and then maybe soup it up. But I'm pretty content with my 7s and 9s. I think I'm going to stick with what has served me well. All right, which means a 7 of spades will go into my spells. Almost near the end of level 1 here. All right, let's go for the 4 of spades. I'm getting a little tight on my spells over here. A little run out of room. Should have made these bigger than 8.5 by 11. Whose idea was that? A couple of kings. All right, here we go. This is getting tricky now. We're still only level 1 here. Let's just do a double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, we've almost caught all of them in the first level. I am destroying this game. Let's deal with that King of Hearts first. Okay, so King, level 1, base 15, 24 health. 24. I'm at 14 and 18. 14, 18 is 32. King of Spades, right, again, base is 15. 25. Again, I have 32 equipped. Just destroying all of these baddies. Now, even if there's 1 card in a cavern, you still have to resolve it, and it is a Jack of Clubs. Okay, that is the last face card. I have 11 baddies in there. 11 plus the 5 is 16. Again, my weapons are pretty strong. Okay, I think you just witnessed a miracle here because I've never, ever gotten all bounties in the first level. Level 2, you'd see any remaining creatures double in their health. You're not going to see any creatures in the second round. Second round, I'm just going to be speed looting. I'm trying to get as many gems as I can in order to make my stats go up as high as I can. I want to get a high score here. I definitely want to beat a couple of my buddies. All right, level 2, you got to shuffle before you begin. Speed round, I'll probably just fast forward this or something. So time to tally my score. Spells don't count for anything in the end. These gems that I've used to enchant my weapons, they don't count, unfortunately. They were nice for killing, but you know what? In the end of the game, they're not going to do anything for me. Let's get these a little bit organized. So in the end of the game, my kings are going to count for 30 apiece. All right, my queens, they're going to count for 20. And my jacks are going to count for 10, which means that right there, that's 240 points. Not too shabby. The kicker will be my gems. 10, 8, 5, 4, 3, and 2. That's going to equal 32. The last thing I need to do here now is actually write that on the score chart, compare it to some of the other times I've played or played with my friends, or see how they've done. But there actually is also a score comparison chart, which means I also get a little bit of a storyline to kind of draw me into the game and to entice me to do better next round. I'm only playing on intermediate, but in intermediate, as long as you get over 200, here is what happens. You become a folk hero, and the bards sing of your exploits across the great land of Yule. Yay me. All right, so there you have it. That is solo mode in a nutshell. For some reason, I just absolutely destroyed that first level. You probably will not have that same ability because you're not as amazing as me, right? I definitely got pretty lucky. I don't think I've ever had a round that easy on intermediate. But what I could do next is actually jump up. I could actually go to advanced or bloodlust, where my strength will actually drop down from 5 to 3. Or in Bloodlust, it'll drop down to 1. So I'd be starting with a 1 strength, which means I'd probably die in the first couple of caverns. All right, so that is solo mode. Let's talk about ways you can play with your friends. So versus mode, same idea. Both of you will set up solo. You can social distance 6 feet apart or whatever the distance is for your country. Or better yet, you can set this up, pick that video conferencing app of choice, and start playing against each other. Now, the difference is that any enemy that pops into their cavern is actually an enemy that you can attack. So I can remove points from their side of the cavern. We are still going to use social distancing inside the game and outside the game, which means I can attack with my sword from a distance, but I'm not going to go digging around your feet looting when you're standing right there. So you can attack from a distance, but you cannot loot in their cavern. So you could actually benefit from having your opponent kill one of your enemies because you can actually loot the remaining item. What you're going to need to do is on each side of the table, you're going to need to have 2 separate piles for your enemies. One is going to be the enemies that you destroyed, and the other will be the enemies that your opponent destroyed in your caverns. At the end of the game, you'll count your bounties from your side, as well as your bounties in your opponent's dungeon. And then, of course, add your gems and see who the better person is, regardless of whether or not they actually sent flowers to their mother on Mother's Day. Co-op. Let's talk about co-op. Well, co-op mode is pretty fun as well, but first, a message from our sponsors. Who am I kidding? We don't have any. I'll be happy if 2 people watch this video. All right, in co-op mode, you are going to be working together. That's obvious. It's in the name. How you work together is a little bit different than what you might think. Same idea. You're going to need 2 setups. Like Versus, you will need a second deck for the person that you are diving into the dungeon with. Spelunking. I knew that word had to come in there somewhere. So each person will set up their own deck of cards. You can take turns attacking enemies in each other's caverns, and in order to help you keep track of whose turn it is to go first, we actually have a handy dandy turn counter, which you can point to whoever's starting that turn. So that is in the printables as well. So looting in co-op is similar to in versus mode. I can attack in my partner's cavern, but again, I'm not going to be looting anywhere near them. I'm going to keep my distance. So I'm going to leave their loot alone. So looting is the same in co-op. We know that we do not want to be digging around someone else's feet and getting too close. Germs and stuff. I don't think they were wearing masks back in these medieval caverns. I definitely didn't have Lysol wipes. Now, keeping track of the enemies that you kill is a little bit easier in co-op because you don't really need to make 2 piles. What you're going to do at the end of the game is you're going to add up all of your bounties. You're going to add your gems from both caverns, and together you will divide that by 2. So that you can actually compare your results as a team to those who previously played in solo or in versus. And of course, don't forget to look at the score comparison chart to see how your character does. So there you have it. That is Dungeon Bounty in a nutshell. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, then feel free to whisper your hatred and profanities at me now. And then scroll down, click on the link, download the files, and play for yourself. It's fun. At least, I think so. Well, if for some reason you did make it this far and you actually are enjoying yourself, maybe you laughed a couple times, maybe you laughed at my face a couple times, well, definitely scroll down, click on that link, and download the game, download the printables, download this cool art, and have some fun. Comment your high scores, see if you can beat me. I trust you. We're honest people here. All right, this is the part in the video where I tell you to do those YouTubey things that YouTubers like to say. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.